Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's your first time here. My name's Enigma. I'm a variety streamer. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Kick, Rumble, and YouTube. And Whiskey is saying good morning as well. He's up here, right with me. Here he is. Good boy is what he is. I am streaming Kingdom Hearts 2. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you've had a great week. Hope you're ready to have a great holiday weekend. It just hit me last night that this weekend is going to be Memorial Day here in the United States. So it's going to be a nice little extended weekend. I still will be here on Monday streaming for you guys, but it will be a day off for a lot of y'all. So that's good, right, Whiskey? That's good. Yeah, that's good. So do me a favor on the way in. Hit that follow button. Twitch, Twitter, Kick It, Rumble. Subscription on YouTube would be great. While you're on YouTube, when you're in Rumble, go ahead and smash that like button. Maybe leave a comment. Share my stuff. Help me get bigger and better so I can continue to improve and all that good stuff. Still waiting for Lego Batman from Amazon. My last update says it's in Rockford, but it's Rockford, Illinois, but it just says delayed in transit. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what's going on, but we will see. But that's what's going on. So we were roaming around, and I read something kind of interesting about how to get this thing to unlock. Something I did not think about. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up our meter. And then we're going to do something else. We do have the correct Keyblade equipped, okay, for the record. 2 Become 1 is the Keyblade that we need to get the final form. Which I didn't remember, but that's okay. I'm trying to get these forms leveled up so we can get all these puzzle pieces and stuff that we have missed. I'd like to get as many of the puzzle pieces as humanly possible. We have the high jump, but there's probably one higher than that because we only have level 6 on Valor form. But Glide is the nasty little thing we need, and to get that we need the final form so we can get Glide. That's what we definitely want to get is Glide. So once we get Lego Batman, which I'm assuming will be, if it's not today, then hopefully tomorrow or Sunday. I really don't know with Amazon. They're not giving me any updates. I hope we can start Lego Batman on Monday. Build up our meter. Here we go, baby. So, Desi did make it home yesterday, as we discussed at the end of yesterday's stream. She was positively gassed, guys. I mean, after what she had been through the last 24 hours, she was just done. And I do not blame her whatsoever. We were sitting here watching TV last night at 8 p.m. and she just said, I just can't. I have to go to bed. And that's usually what will happen about 9 is we go upstairs and then she'll read a book or do some crossword puzzles or something for about a half hour or whatnot, and then we'll go to sleep. You know, I'll check social media and all that good stuff, but she was so gassed. She went to bed. We went upstairs at 8, and she went right to sleep. And I was up there. I said, it's kind of early for me, so I came back downstairs and played Metroid Zero Mission for about an hour and a half, and then went back upstairs, and I fell right asleep. So nothing. I know and I didn't have any bourbon last night either. I'll have some tonight though. And I had some 2 nights ago, so I did get rest that way. Bourbon really helps, but I passed right out. There we go. She was absolutely beat, guys. Pardon me, jeez. But she woke up today. She's fine. She had plenty of rest. Still probably going to be a little gassed a little today, but with it being an extended weekend, this weekend here in the United States is Memorial Day, guys. Monday is going to be a day where we take some time you know, remembering our fallen in the military, people who've lost their lives during wars, especially our loved ones. You know, freedom isn't free. We are who we are today because of the people who laid down their lives to make us where we are, you know, put us where we are. So, very important day Memorial Day is. A lot of jobs do have the day off. A lot of them don't too, but a lot of them do. And so she will be staying home Monday as well. And I think she gets to work from home on Tuesday too. So we actually will be able to. She will not have to go back to work, go into work until Wednesday. So she's going to have a nice little extended time here where she's going to be able to catch up on her rest and get some sleep and hopefully get herself right. So yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. She had a really, really bad experience flying home. I had a bad experience. She had a really bad experience. I imagine she will spend some time today composing a very bitchy email to American Airlines. And I want to make it clear. Things happen. Delays happen, right? That's not even what the problem is here. Yeah, it sucks that her flight got canceled. Yeah, it sucks my flights were delayed. Yes, that does suck, but that happens. Perfection does not exist unless you want to do math. Hey, Yarny, good to see you. Vacation was great. We had a great time. The trip back sucked, but otherwise we really enjoyed everything. I'll tell you more about it. I'll tell you more about it when I get the opportunity to. I'll send you a DM about what happened with the trip. But we really loved the minor league baseball game. We really loved Universal, the Epic Universe. Super Nintendo World was so cool. Absolutely loved it. Luckily, the stuff will not. The trip back does not negate or get rid of how wonderful the actual trip was. So we loved it. Loved. Don't get away for a few days. First real vacation I've had like that in almost 3 years. Because most of our vacations were just getting an Airbnb close by and taking whiskey and us hanging out in another house and resting. This one was much more us going out and having fun. I got a Harry Potter wand. I'll put a picture of it on Twitter when I get it out of the luggage. We haven't even unpacked our luggage yet. We'll do that this weekend. It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. Already, I got myself a new bottle. So how are you doing, Yarny? Anything crazy go nuts happen while I was gone? I think Tomby invited me on the Chinwag next week. So I get to talk to you next week for certain, if that's, I believe that's the case. Hey, Grizzled, good to see ya. And I'm pretty sure, Yarny, that the next Universal expansion for Super Nintendo World is probably going to be Legend of Zelda. They had a lot. They didn't have a lot, but there were little Legend of Zelda things. You know, there were some really cool. If you saw the pictures, plate glass, stained glass windows that were Legend of Zelda. They had some banners in one of the shops that were Legend of Zelda, and then they had some Zelda merchandise. So, although I did say to Desi, I was like, I'm surprised they didn't do Pokemon. I believe me, I'm gonna be all over Zelda. I'm all over that, but it just seems like Pokemon would be the thing to do. Oh, come on. I just don't care. Yeah, I woke up early too. I had to, let me get rid of that. I guess everyone's got their view botting and stuff. Rumble's no different, although it's different on Rumble than it is on the other ones, I suppose. Alright, we're still trying to unlock this final form. We're gonna get to it. Did I just go the exact same way? I damn sure did. Enigma, what's wrong with you? You suck. Go the other way.
Yeah. Back off.
It is very easy to use. One of these days, I'm gonna, I guess, have to have mods. I mean, I have mods on Twitch, but my mods on Twitch are friendly, are friends, and they never come into my chats hardly anymore. Either they're busy or whatnot. I know my friend Daylight, from what I heard, his wife works for the Daily Wire, or worked. I don't know if they're still, if she's still employed or not. I haven't talked to Daylight about it. Alucard! Alucard is over on the Twitch side because he is at Amazon right now. And he needs to... Rumble doesn't work well on his phone, so he's over on the other side. Plus, he subs on Twitch, which is nice, and I really appreciate that. Alright, we need... Once we get to level 5 on our drive, we're going to head into a tournament. There we are. Alright. So, I read this is how to do it. Rumble, Rumble's not as bad as Kick. Although, I've gotten to the point now with Kick that I think the view botters have realized that it's it's futile for them to continue to come into my thing. I don't get many Kick people anymore, but then again, Kick doesn't show up. I purposefully don't put Kick chat up because of that. Alright, so what I read was the easiest way to get the final form is to do the Cerberus Cup, and then just hit your drive, and then if it doesn't work, you just keep hitting retry until you get it. Boy. There we go, final form, baby. It's right. That's the way it's done. This is the good one. We got the final form. So we will be able to level this up, and leveling this one up will get us Glide, which is going to be really, really nice. You only get final form randomly. That's the thing, is that you don't... once you get it, but you have to actually activate it. have any of the Kingdom Hearts 2 limited edition strategy guides that came out, every cover was a different form of Sora, but you wouldn't know which one it was until you opened it up. That's something that Brady Guides did a lot of at that point, was they would do limited edition guides, and the guides for Final Fantasy would always be different characters or something on the covers, and you had to buy it to know which one you got. I think the one I have is Valor Form, because I like the color red. But oh, that's good. I don't know if I'm getting my Lego Batman today or not, Alucard. It's supposed to be in Rockford, so if you could pop over to Rockford and have them get me my damn game, I'd appreciate that. They did that with a lot with the Brady strategy guides, and what I would do is I would actually slit a little cut into the bottom of the guide and look to see what it was, and I would actually put another sticker on the guide for my customers to see. This is the character, or this is what it is. Like for Final Fantasy 12, for instance, it was all the different characters from Final Fantasy 12 that were on the guide cover, and I slit and okay, this one's Ash, this one's Pinello, this one's Vaughn, and people would make their choices based off of that. Mine obviously is Princess Ash. That's the one I got. Final Fantasy X-2 was either Riku, Pain, or Yuna. Kingdom Hearts were the different versions of Sora. I just remember doing that for my customers, so they would be able to pick and choose which one they wanted. I should have chosen the final form of Kingdom Hearts 2. I didn't. All right. So if we take a look here at our drive, now we have final form. So now we can go to final form. It will show up now on our status, final, and we need to level this up. This is what's going to get us gliding around. Yeah, I bet you are, man. I know you are. We'll now be able to get that, though. Let's take a look at... And now that we have final form, we can actually choose a different Keyblade to put on it. So... I'm going to save that shit because, yeah. Well, once we get to glide, you know, glide is one of those things we have to level up. It'll be a level up kind of thing for glide. And this is Sora's. I mean, the final form is exactly what it is. It's the final form. We have 3 Keyblades we are using. And like Master Form, it's one of the easier ones to level because there's no one getting in the way of our kills. Not to mention, it is insanely powerful. So we're gonna be able to tear through a lot of this. Here in a second, we'll see how well we did getting that up there. Let's just take a look. Says we still need 12 to level up, but we'll have to level that one up completely so we can get the best glides and all that good stuff. Chrono Trigger soundtrack. Amazon, get Alucard's Chrono Trigger soundtrack as well. What the hell? That is probably Square Enix's fault, though, as we were discussing yesterday. And I had someone ask me yesterday, am I going to get the ultimate weapon? In Kingdom Hearts 2, I've never gotten the ultimate weapon because the requirements for it are insane. I am not that good to get all those wonderful Orihawk pluses. Yeah, it's probably Square because you bought it through Amazon, but you're buying it from Square. So if it's not been fulfilled, it's not on Amazon. It's on Square. With the Warren in the party, we don't have to listen to Donald go, I got it! I got it!
This is it.
Oh, you got down, now you want to come back up. Okay, come on, Whisk. Come on. Come on, Whiskey. Come on.
It's over. Back off.
Whiskey, come. Come on. Come on. Goober head. Why did you get down if you're just going to come right back up? Did you go in there and get love from Mommy? Is that what you did? See if she'd give you a treat? That's usually what you do. We left you for a couple of days and you acted like crazy when we got home. Yeah, she's laying down. So anyway, yeah, Lego Batman is next on the agenda. I started playing it yesterday, but Amazon did not get it to me. They told me it would be delivered yesterday, and then about 3 o'clock yesterday, I got an email saying it won't be delivered till today, and now it's showing that it's still delayed. It says it arrived late in Rockford, but it's not telling me anything beyond that right now. Rockford is about an hour and a half north of me, so it seems like it should be easy for them to get it to me, but it's Amazon we're talking about. And their delivery service has not been great when it comes to new merchandise lately. If I order a bag of bully sticks for Whiskey like I do once a month, I'll get that tomorrow. That's not that big of a deal. I order Blue Emu for Desi. We'll get that tomorrow. It's not a big deal. But anything that's a new release, everything that's been a new release from Amazon lately has been difficult. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's been that way. But yeah, I do. So, but it's just new release stuff. That's the weird thing. Video games, apparently, records, movies, whatnot. So there is room now for someone to get in there and do something about it. As far as making some sort of inroads with new releases on gaming and such. But sadly, we just don't have a lot of viable competitors that have good business practices. There's not a lot of them. Every one of them has shitty business practices in some way or another. I think my thing with Amazon, which is something I stressed when I worked at GameStop, and I kept telling them this, and they, of course, GameStop is an expert of acting like they're listening when they don't care. They've already made up their mind. And it was their digital marketing. I know I've talked about their digital marketing department before, but they would always promote someone from within the company to the vice president of digital marketing. It would always be like a hotshot district manager or a regional director or something to that effect. would take over, and then he would last, or she would last about 6 months, 8 months, and then they would be done. They would fire them and get somebody else. One of which is a guy that I personally had dealings with, and he deserved it. Hey there, Hadayama. Good to see you, bud. How are you? I dealt with a district manager that was up here, and he was a consummate prick, like an absolute prick. I could not stand talking to him. He's the kind of guy that whenever you talk to him, I don't know if anyone else has talked like this. You talk to him, and he just thought he was this much better than you. Just the way he looked at you, you could tell he was looking down his nose at you. That he just did not have any sort of personal, wonderful charisma whatsoever. He was an absolute prick and utter moron. Since the regional director office out of my store, I would see this guy about once a month, and of course, he would walk in and he would always act like he just stepped in shit and didn't want to, he trying to wipe his feet off or something like that. He's just an asshole. Well, they promoted him to vice president of digital marketing at GameStop, and he lasted about 6 months. When they made the announcement that they had promoted him, I was like, well, he ain't gonna last. That's good. he'll be done, because that's the way it always worked. But I remember telling the regional directors, my regional director at GameStop, if you wanted to compete with Amazon, if you want to do something like that, you have to offer a similar experience. But you really need to offer that kind of experience in the stores. And he was like, he didn't get it. And I said, do you know why people shop at Amazon? It's a big reason they shop at Amazon is because they don't have to deal with us. They don't have to. He didn't get it. And I said, do you really think people like coming into a store and being offered to buy everything under the sun except the frickin' thing they came in there for? And he was like, what do you mean? I said, if a guy comes in here right now and wants to buy Call of Duty, I have a list of things that you want me to sell to him instead of Call of Duty. A discount card, a reservation, a strategy guide, an extra controller, a GPG, all these. I don't even know what happened. He's after somebody. Aunt Yarny's not telling you to go get him. I said, people. One of the reasons that people stop coming to GameStop is because we do nothing but sell everything except why they came in, and it's maddening to these people, and it's even more maddening that you don't see it, and they still don't get it. Whiskey, what are you doing? Thank you, Yarny. I like to think I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. Aunt Yarny's telling you to get him, Whisk. But that is exactly how it is when you're dealing with with something like a retail store like that. Is if you go in to buy a bag of kumquats, and people at the store keep saying, well, do you need milk? Do you need bread? Do you need a pair of shoes? Do you need this? Do you need what about this? What about that? You're like, I just wanted a bag of effing kumquats. What the hell? I wanted to come in and get this. They don't get it. They absolutely don't get it. And they think that experience, well, if we don't offer it to them, they won't know that we have it. You're right. That's true. But you have, there is a tolerance as to what you can do when you are dealing in something like that. There is a tolerance. Someone comes in to buy Call of Duty. Hey, cool, you're buying Call of Duty. You want to reserve the next Call of Duty while you're here? You don't. Okay, cool. Don't forget we offer, you can trade in your games. Here's your, that'll be $65 for after tax. Here you go. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you next time. That's what you do right there. That's your tolerance there. If someone comes in to buy Call of Duty and you go, do you want to reserve the next one? No. Do you have our discount card? No. Well, remember, you want to buy it used. We have trade-ins. You remember, what about the strategy guide? How about an extra controller? How about the more stuff you offer, the more desperate and the more irritating you are to that customer. As opposed to when you go onto Amazon You go click, buy, done. That's it. That's the entire reason. That's the whole big reason that Amazon took off the way that it did with video games, is because it was a much more simple practice, and they did not have to deal with the constant insanity of the add-on. And GameStop never learned that, because they still do it. They still do it, as far as I know.
Yeah. Back off. It's over.
You know, you can get away with, especially if it's a regular customer, you can get away with selling them, you know, 1 or 2, maybe 3 things. But when you start getting to 4, 5, 6, 7 things, now you're not really trying to keep a customer. You're just really trying to squeeze every last freaking penny you can out of them. And that is where you lose them. That's exactly where you lose them, is when all you care about is everything else except why they're there. And that's what that is the mentality that people have when they see it. People aren't stupid. They might be ignorant in some ways and don't know everything, but they're not stupid. And the more you try to pack on to what the transaction is, the less you're going to get out of them usually. Because they don't think you value why they're there. Oh, so my Call of Duty purchase isn't good enough for you.
Yeah. This is it.
Well, I've told this story before, Yarny. I don't know if you know it. Why isn't that leveling up? Okay, well I can't level it up right now. We'll have to leave and come on back.
Take this. Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Take this. Back
Yeah,
off.
if we used to have, I'm sure they probably still have it. They called it a gameplay guarantee, GPG. And I know Alucard and Grizzle have heard me tell this story before, but it was an add-on insurance to a game. So if you went and bought an Xbox 360 game, it was either $1, $2, or $3. You could insure the game would play for up to, I think it was 90 days. And
It's over.
I had one of the selling points of the Blu-ray when it first came out was Blu-rays have an anti-scratch varnish or layer on the bottom of every disc. So the data layers are protected by this disc, meaning you can scratch it up and it'll still play. That was a selling point for the Blu-ray when it first came out, and they still do it. They don't talk about it anymore because Blu-ray is the predominant format, but they actually did do that. We had we had a game come out for the PlayStation 3, and for the record, all PlayStation 3 games were Blu-ray. We had a game come out for the PlayStation 3 where it might have been Uncharted, I don't remember the game, but I didn't bother selling GPGs at the midnight release for it because it's on a Blu-ray. And my boss called me the next day and said, "Hey, you got a minute?" Which I didn't, but whatever. And he said, "Why didn't you sell any GPGs last night?"
Kyrie,
And
where
I said,
are you?
"Because they're on Blu-rays." And he said, "What's that got to do with the price of tea in China?" And I said, "You seriously don't know this? You're a gamer. You're into gaming. You collect games like I do, and you don't know this." He goes, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." I said, "There's a clear plastic coating on the bottom of every disc, of a Blu-ray disc, that prevents scratching. The only way you can actually hurt the disc is to punch holes in it. Like, it's scratch resistant. The GPG is a waste of money." And he told me, I swear, his exact words to me were, "Don't tell that to your customers."
Not an option.
Not, "Oh, you're right, we shouldn't be ripping our customers
I'll
off."
take you to see
It
Sora.
was, "Don't tell your customers Blu-rays are scratch resistant so we
You don't
continue
want that.
to get money out of them."
I do.
more than anything.
My customer base,
Not
regular
with you
customers that
around.
I have a rapport with, a relationship with,
heart, this
that
would be where
trust
I'd
me to
die
make
of laughter.
helpful suggestions to them. Tells me, my boss tells me I have to knowingly
Didn't
rip
Roxas
them
take
off.
care of you?
You can take it from here, Riku.
Riku.
100% true. Just one of those things where it's just, yep, Alucard's right. He's a bald guy. Which is kind of awkward because, as I also said yesterday about this guy, we're friends on Facebook, and I posted the pictures I posted on Twitter of Nintendo, Super Nintendo World last week, and one of the first people who liked them
Riku,
was
you really
him.
Here?
I wish I could say that too, Yarny, but you just, I just get so, I don't get it. I don't get the whole, to me that is snake oil salesman shit right there. And if I found out, if I had someone that I trusted, that I liked in a location like that, or retail store, someone I had built up a relationship with for years, and I found out they knowingly ripped me off, that would be it. And I just don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. Yeah, well, that's why they're in the position that one of the positions that they're in. The position they're in is one of the reasons right there. Showing your customer base they're nothing more to you than a cash cow, a funnel. Yeah, they're customers. They're there to give us money, and we're there to take it and sell them what they want. But at the same time, it's a symbiotic relationship. We're supposed to give them what they want. You walk into a store and you ask for something, and they try to sell you everything under the sun except what you want. And then on top of that, when you do sell them what they want, you try to snake them out of $3 or whatever it is because of reasons. That's bullshit to me. It is complete and utter bullshit to me, and one of the reasons I'm not there anymore is because I refuse to take part in that kind of shit. And I am not lying at all. That is 100% fact, that story I just told. And I would say something about, well, he was only doing his marching orders, and maybe he was, I don't know. But the thing is that you're still talking about knowingly ripping people off. And I cannot, in good conscience, support that. So y'all want to know why a big reason why I don't have anything to do with that company is that reason right there. That's a huge reason why I don't shop there. I mean, it treated me like shit. That's the number one reason. But knowing the kind of snake oil shit that went on behind the scenes there, for folks out there who think, oh, they were such an important part of the industry, they did more to hurt the industry than they did to help it. Oh, we have a boss fight. And this is one of the more annoying ones, I think.
You've done well.
Where's Kairi?
Who knows? I expect she's catching up with her friend from the darkness.
What do you mean?
She doesn't need you anymore.
I'm supposed to believe that?
Well, maybe.
You don't have to. But you can believe this.
I don't know his name, but that voice actor...
Organization 13 has no further use for you.
He's an accomplished
Just
anime voice
look
actor. He's
there.
been in a lot. I remember him as
Our
Hajime
Kingdom
Saito in
Hearts.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Thanks
The
to
Wolf
you,
of Mibu.
we've collected countless hearts.
I recognize his voice.
Can you hear their euphoria? Now all they need is is one more helping from the Keyblade bearer.
But Kingdom Hearts.
Sora! Sora, it's really you!
Kairi.
How would you know? She looks so
You leave
different.
Sora alone!
Yeah, I'm coming. Oh yeah, didn't think that one through, did you?
Sora!
Take it.
You get a Keyblade. You get a Keyblade.
This
Everybody gets a Keyblade.
I'll fight. You know Sora's completely hopeless without us. Come on, Riku.
Yeah. I'll fight, even though I've never trained at all. I'll just go in there and do things.
Well, well. Will the intrusions never end?
I thought this was the boss fight.
Why, Pete, this castle is perfect. Perhaps we should acquire it.
Well, the setup is kinda nice, I guess. But what about all the Heartless?
What about all the
This
nobodies?
in-between world, it's way too close to the darkness. They ain't gonna listen to us here.
Once again, you underestimate me.
I liked Maleficent better when she was actually evil. When they did the live action shit they did with her, made her a tragic, misunderstood villain, I was like, hey, you know, her name's Maleficent, for Christ's sake. Oh. Christopher Lee. The late, great Christopher Lee.
It's been too long, my friend.
Ansem the Wise, why didn't you come to me before things got so bad?
Xemnas, the organization superior, is the nobody of Xehanort,
See,
my
I told you,
foremost
Christopher Lee.
apprentice. Burden was mine to bear.
Is that all?
Yes.
I won't deny there was more. I was obsessed with thoughts of revenge.
To be fair,
My
Yarny,
apprentices stole
having a
all the
charismatic
precious
villain is, there's nothing really
my
wrong with that.
research and my pride.
But not every villain, sometimes you
can't
need
help
an
you with
old-fashioned villain just to hate.
No. Riku's told me 1,000 times.
Where is he?
He must be.
There needs to
his
be,
friends by now.
there has to be an Emperor
Riku was a
Palpatine out
great
there
help
somewhere,
to me.
but unfortunately
I found
Disney
him
is
wandering
getting in
the
their head right
darkness
now that,
after
no,
you
we
and
have
he
to
lost track of each
take
other.
down the heroes and make the villains
Gosh,
better
we
and
didn't lose
make
each
them
other
more
exactly.
relatable. And
Riku left.
no, you
Well,
really don't.
Because Xehanort's Heartless was still inside his heart, troubling him. And he sure must have been suffering. But what I don't understand is why he looks like that now, when he's still Riku at heart.
I am to blame. When I met Riku the first time, he still had the appearance of a boy. Probably because he had such a strong heart. I asked him to find a young man named Roxas from Organization 13 and bring him to
No.
me. When I told him it would help Sora awaken from his slumber, Riku left without a word. He fought Roxas, and I can only surmise Riku lost that fight. Riku must have realized then, to fight in the realm of darkness, he would have to immerse himself in that same darkness.
It is sort of
Well, he
on the
did.
way, yes.
You saw what became of him.
I think he was the nephew of Ian Fleming, and if I'm not mistaken, Ian Fleming created James Bond based off of Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee's life was absolutely fascinating. That dude did so much, and was so smart, and was so accomplished.
How my heart ached. I could only laugh to hide my shame.
I guess it must have been after that when I saw Riku again. He
Probably.
said he wanted to help Sora, but he made me promise. Promise that Sora wouldn't ever find out about what happened to him while he was out in the darkness.
My friend, the time has come. I must make amends to these young people.
See, that's a pretty good bait and switch, because Christopher Lee has been the consummate bad guy forever, and getting him to do the voice of actually a hero, it's like I thought, well, it's a bad guy. It's played by Christopher Lee. Yeah, he speaks. He spoke like what 4 or 5 languages or something. He was a spy in World War II. He played the heavy metal band. Just all the stuff that he would do.
Have you been a good boy?
Here's our boss fight. I do love the fact that he would read Lord of the Rings once a year. I could just see him having this big study with a fireplace, a big like red leather chair that would creak when he would sit in it, and he would get out this big freaking leather-bound Lord of the Rings, and he would turn the pages and read it slowly while having some wine next to him or something. That's how I picture it happening.
Rambling, as if.
That's
All I'm trying to tell you, traitor, is that your time is up. Here he comes! You really shouldn't have betrayed
I remember I was my. Oh, here we go. He's got his sniper, right? Oh, that's right. I have to do the break thing.
Clever little sneak.
All right, there he is. But my brother, it was Star Wars Episode 2 was about to come out, and we had the cast list and everything. It was a couple weeks before the movie came out, and the big secret was who was going to be the bad guy at the end. And I said it's going to be Christopher Lee, and my brother goes, "How do you know it's Christopher? It's Christopher Lee?" I said, "Why would you cast Christopher Lee if he's not going to be the bad guy?" And he goes, "Okay, I guess I see your point." The rumor is that when Ian Fleming created James Bond, he used Christopher Lee. What Christopher Lee did in World War II is like the template as to what James Bond was. Where are you? Alright, that's enough of that shit. Okay, that's enough. What the hell, dude? Let's see how you stop being. Oh, God! What the hell was that? That's what I was. How? Okay, we saw all this.
You really shouldn't have betrayed us. Gotcha now.
I sure am. He did an ass whooping. Yeah, I know. He just completely wrecked my shit, and I'm like level 80. It's not like I'm under leveled here. Oh, come on, really? I mean, I had him down to 1 health bar. I try not to think. Thanks, Donald. Come on. Alright, here we are again. Okay, ooh. I survived it that time. Don't ask me how. Except for Donald. Here's a phrase I thought I'd never say. Thank God for Donald Duck. Oh, he's gonna do the sniper thing again.
Clever little sneak.
Ugh. Oh, he's doing that. He's being an asshole. Oh, it's Donald again. Oh, come on, really? What is this shit? He is being an absolute nutter prick right now. I can't even get close to him. You know, it's been a minute since I played this, but I don't remember these guys being that difficult. So don't jump, just run. That's how you get through that. See, I'm whipping him and he's got a shield. Okay. Oh, there we go. Finally, someone. Hit him, hit him, hit him. He was Dracula, yes he was. That was a shit show and a half. I had him down to one health bar, and then he started warping around. I had no chance to do anything to him.
Gotcha now. Clever little sneak.
Yeah, I know. Come on, baby. I wish I could just warp around like that. He's kind of crazy. Okay, he's gonna probably start getting stupid here because he's down to a below 2 health bars. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Except... Oh, here we go. Alright. He's just gonna warp all the way over there now, okay. Okay, he's below 1 health bar. Alright, he needs a finishing move on him, and that'll be it.
Gotcha now.
Shouldn't be that bad of a challenge. That's the thing, is I've played this many times. I don't remember... We had some problems with Roxas earlier yesterday.
A little sneak.
Yeah, suck my dick. Good lord.
Why did you call me Roxas?
Because that was your name.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Hey, hold on.
Uh-oh, they need our help.
Sora and Rico are together. We have no part to play here.
Gee, I wonder if Riku will ever change back.
Rico chose that form so he could use the power of darkness. It won't be easy.
What are you gonna do with that big-ass bazooka?
Kyrie, we're on our way.
Secret Ansem Report 3. I want to see the status now. Final still says next level. I don't understand. What am I doing here? How to level up final form. There's the answer. I was fighting the wrong things. If you want to level up the final form, it's very simple. Gotta fight nobodies. So what we need to do is go to Twilight. Oh, fine. Where do we find the most nobodies? Twilight Town's got a lot of them. It's the White Room.
Give me strength. Yeah.
Nobodies are the what you have to kill. And that's what these are.
Back off. Take this. It's over.
So that should have gotten us something. Let's see. Yeah, we killed 9. Alright. So gotta build the drive meter back up and come back. That's what we do.
Yeah. Take this. This is it. Yeah.
And nobodies are actually what we're after. In the overall game, they are the overall bad guys. You have the Heartless, and then you have the Nobodies. They're related, but the Nobodies are actually the harder. Sora's 81, right? Yeah, they're all 81. And of course, there will be. Let's go build up some more stuff. I know there's going to be more Nobodies up in the world that time forgot. I didn't remember, Yarny. It's I streamed this about 3 years ago, but I played so much stuff since then. It's hard for me to keep everything straight. And this, it ends up like the older games I remember so much about, but some of these ones, and I can't believe I'm saying this about a game that's almost 20 years old, which is what this is. In fact, it might be 20 years old now that I think about it. It's 22. It's 20 years old. This game is 20 years old, guys. This is where we would level up to final form. Should have come here to do it. These are all nobodies. But it's 20 years old. Now I feel old. Like I need help with that. Once we start getting final form leveled up, though, we'll get to go take on our pal Sephiroth. You know, we all know Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII as the final boss. In Kingdom Hearts 1, he's a super boss. He's supposed to be a super boss in this, but I've actually beaten him in Kingdom Hearts 2. I've never beaten him in 1, but I've beaten him in 2.
Rejoice and feast on these hearts we offer.
Yes.
Shine your pale light on this empty realm.
Shine on you, Crazy
Share
Diamond.
your power with all nobodies.
Xemnas, is Kingdom Hearts ready?
Very soon.
Then I can end this charade?
Indeed.
How I've waited to hear that.
Kyrie, you are great.
Yeah, for not having no.
You are different, Kyrie, but I'm just glad you're here.
You and Riku never came home, so I came looking for you.
I'm sorry.
This is real.
Yeah, well. Everybody gets a Keyblade now, except Donald and Goofy. F Donald and Goofy.
Wait,
We don't care
Handsome.
about Donald and Goofy getting a Keyblade.
I mean, Xehanort's heartless. I never thought for a second that I'd ever see you again. Just thinking about all the things you did makes me really mad.
Well, we weren't allowed to hire Billy Zane again.
But you saved Kyrie, right? I have to be grateful for that. Thanks.
Riku, don't go.
Don't we need you?
Oh?
Oh.
Kyrie, what did you just say?
Riku.
His name's Riku.
I'm no one, just a castaway from the darkness.
Oh, you're voiced by
Sora, come
Kenshin's
here.
master.
Say something to him.
And the Toad Sage from Naruto. Jiraiya.
Here. You'll understand.
Welcome back, Hanayama. And you have food. I'm jealous.
Close your eyes.
What kind of food you got? You're in Germany, so do y'all eat a lot of sauerkraut over there?
Riku! It's Riku. Riku's here. I looked for you.
Come on, Sora. You've got to pull it together.
I looked everywhere for you.
In my...
I didn't want you to find me.
But it was him that was helping.
That doesn't sound very German.
Wasn't it?
Hey, Burnish, good to see you. Thank you for
Those
coming in.
clothes we kept finding. That must have been Riku.
It must have been.
I was starting to worry you guys weren't ever gonna catch on. Sora never did pick the brightest friends.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, you're one of his friends, too.
Why didn't you let me know you were okay?
I told you. I didn't want to be found. Not like this. I couldn't. I fought with Ansem, with Xehanort's Heartless.
I thought in Germany you guys ate a lot of
when
sauerkraut.
It invaded my heart and I won. But to use the power of darkness, I had to become Ansem myself.
Does that mean you can't change back?
This battle isn't over. And until it is, I still need the power of darkness.
Then
Power of darkness.
let's finish it. You're
The
still
power of
Riku
Charlie
no
Murphy
matter what.
compels. He needs the power of Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy!
So how about it? Think we can handle one last rumble together? The king's waiting.
One last? One last. It's almost like Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't going to be a thing. You're some part of... I know you're part Asian. Oblivion. Alright, so they gave us a new Keyblade. Is it better? Lowers magic by 2. It does the loud... Okay, it brings the drive gauge up, so yeah, we want that. So we can build up our drive gauge faster so we can level up Final Form. Go Final Form so we can... So, this is even my Final Form. So we can start getting those puzzle pieces that we've been missing.
This spot should do.
What's this gadget for?
Well,
It's a device to reclaim Kingdom Hearts and encode it as data.
Not sure I get it.
this is how
I do not
OnlyFans
claim
started.
to know the outcome of this venture either. After all, hearts are unpredictable.
Hearts? Honestly, I don't think hearts are unpredictable. I think minds are unpredictable. Hearts are not. There's a puzzle piece. There's another. See, we got these sunset puzzle pieces, and that's okay. All right, we have new characters. All right, we have Ansem the Wise, Christopher Lee, Zigbar. You're done. We got rid of you because you suck. We won't see you again till the next game, probably. Oh, come on, I thought I scrolled all the way back for that. I guess not. Okay, there we are. Got all the maps, and we have new character links because now we have Riku, who looks like Xehanort from the last game, and Ansem the Wise. They're all doing their thing here. Puzzle pieces. Oh, we have Ansem and their Ansem report. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 to go. 9. We did the 9s. Sorcerer. Puzzle pieces. That's the sunset one is the one that's going to be a complete and utter bitch. I'm willing to bet it's probably supposed to go like this. I don't know. There's this. I have no idea where any of these pieces go just yet. We'll have to figure it out when we get more. Hey, Natty McMatty, what's going on? Oh, there's the door to Charlie Murphy. That's what it is. This isn't even my final sword. I don't think Sora's got anything. Once more is an important one to get. But drive boost is as well for what we're doing. No. Let's land and find ourselves more things to fight. The Oblivion Blade that's the one we had in the last game too, the first one that we played. The idea is I really want to build up the drive meter so we can continue leveling up the final form, which is 5 and 4. Plus, the closer we get to level 99 is good. I still want to whip Sephiroth's ass. We're gonna need to do that. Plus, we don't have the last couple of tournaments, or the last tournament of the Colosseum. These Twilight Stones and Dense Stones, I think we can use those. We still, if we can get a chance to get Donald and Goofy their ultimate weapons, that would be fine as well. Hey there, Evmer. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Hope you've had a great week. I know I just returned from vacation yesterday. Hope everyone had a great week. Super Nintendo World was awesome. I loved it. And I did get a wand at the Ministry of Magic. It's still in the packs. I need to get it out, and I'll put pictures of it up. Imagine when I'm on the Chinwag next week, we'll probably talk about that. Like with purposeful button mashing. Yeah, it's the thing about it, Dark Souls, I know there's a lot of people who like Dark Souls, and I'm by no means poo-pooing the folks who like Dark Souls at all, but I can flat out tell you, actually, you know what? I cannot get into Dark Souls. I never could get into Dark Souls, because it is so unforgiving of a game. The difficulty is just insane. Go. We're getting drive meter up from doing all this, so this is what I want. Get our drive meter back up to level 5. And I don't know if we're going to be strong enough to take down old Sephiroth without getting to level 99, but if I can get the glide meter up, that'll really help. Sephiroth is not as unforgiving in 2 as he is in 1, but he's unforgiving enough that it's still not an easy fight. Old Enigma here has purposefully not been going that back to Hollow Bastion or Radiant Garden for that very reason. Is that I know that when I go there next, I'm going to want to fight him, and he is he's not fun. Speaking of extreme difficulties, here we go up here. I do plan on still streaming Lego Batman, guys. I just haven't gotten my copy of it yet. As soon as my copy shows up, it'll be loaded up and we'll play it. I don't know when it's coming, though. Amazon is being very coy about that. It just says it's been delayed. It's in Rockford, which is about an hour and a half away from me, but I don't know when it's showing up. Sword's gonna level up again here pretty soon, too. Alright, we're maxed up. Alright. Just don't get hit. Easier said than done. Basically, if you're fighting Sephiroth, yeah, just don't get hit. I promise I will get hit when we fight Sephiroth. We're gonna level. Let's do it. Let's level, baby. There it is, level up. Strength increases are the best for Sora. But these guys are not worth enough. For the kills, it's fine, but for what we're doing, it's not. So let's head on back up, and although that guy is worth it. 400. Let's move on up. Moving on up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just pop a quick little safety save, because this is a PlayStation 2 game after all, even though if we're playing it on PlayStation 4, or 5 I should say. PlayStation 4 version of the PlayStation 5. Now we're going to go here.
Let's go. Yeah. Back off.
There we go, auto final. We got that powered up. No glide yet. Probably the next level for that.
This is it. It's over.
And get ourselves some levels up here.
It's over.
Oh, he's gonna... Yeah, that pile drive move sucks. That sucks. Now, if you take a look... Take a look now. Final form. There's only 18 to go there, so that's good. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Kingdom Hearts 4. I've had someone ask me before, do I think they're going to abandon Disney in Kingdom Hearts 4? The answer is no, they're not. It's a brand they built with Disney. I don't know how the contract reads. I know Disney obviously maintains the rights to all their characters, including these two sons of bitches right here. They're not going to allow Donald and Goofy to be put in something they don't approve of. And Square owns the rights to everything else. Sora, Kairi, Riku, all of it. There was a canceled game between 3 and 4? Really? I know they showed off a trailer many years ago for 4, but that's all we've seen on it. There's been no announcements or anything. I think the only issue with 4 I have right now is that they have gone through so much of the kingdom of the Disney catalog that there's not a lot of meat left on the bone. There's some stuff they've not touched, but and the rumor is they're going to do the rumor I read is that Disney wants Square to use more live action worlds in the next Kingdom Hearts game, which that'll be interesting for a couple of reasons. First of all, they've only done that with a couple of worlds in these games. Kingdom Hearts has done Pirates of the Caribbean and Tron. But if they're going to go live action, you have to keep in mind you have to pay the actors for their likenesses. So instead of not only you have to find a way to pay the voice talent, you're going to have to find a way to pay the actors for their likenesses if you're going live action. So that's going to be kind of an issue. There is no the release history for Kingdom Hearts is real simple. It's like Kingdom Hearts is here, they'll release a Kingdom Hearts game, and then it'll disappear off the face of the frickin' planet for about a decade. And then they'll remind you, hey, remember Kingdom Hearts? We're doing another one. And Square is the absolute king of announcing a game and then not having it available for 10 years. I wish I was not exaggerating about that. I'm sorry, I wish I was exaggerating about that, but I'm not. They'll announce a game and then 10 years later it's like, oh yeah, by the way, remember that game we showed you guys a decade ago? It Summer Games Fest, E3, whatever the hell it was. Yeah, we'll release it eventually. Nomura? I don't believe that at all. Disney doesn't own that. They didn't create them. Same thing with Mario RPG. Why did Mario RPG take so long for them to remake or remaster or put back out again? Because Square owned the rights to half of the game. Obviously, Nintendo owned the rights to Mario and Peach and Bowser and such, but Geno and Mello and the Smithy Gang and all that, that was all Square. They had to have Square on board for it. Kingdom Hearts 1.97, that I believe. Partial rights is not all the rights. I guarantee you Square has the rights to do it all. I guarantee you Square does. Nomura fell into was very lucky to fall into what he fell into. I know there's a lot of Nomura fanboys and fangirls out there who think that he can do no wrong, but he got real lucky. His situation was very lucky. They went with his character designs in Final Fantasy VII for one simple reason. Because Square was doing polygons for the first time, and they thought that it would be easier to render Nomura's character designs more than Amano's, because Amano did all the character designs before that, and still gets credit for the logo, by the way. Because Nomura also... Sorry, I'm talking bad about Nomura here, guys. Also, reuses a lot of the same character designs. If you look at Tifa and Renoa, and you look at that girl from the Bouncer, and you look at Princess... Well, actually, Princess Garnet was not his. Forget it, Princess Garnet. But if you look at a lot of his female characters, a lot of them look the same. Very much the same. And my understanding is, and since I know someone who used to be be a head localizer for Square Enix, I know that he designed them after his girlfriend, who had a very, 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 very large head about it. She was not nice, according to what I was told. Gotta get that, I think, up to level 5. Oh, come on. There we go, we got it up. Actually, I'm going to do it out there because there was more to kill out there than these guys, so... There we are. And we'll do it out here and get ourselves some drive foam up. Oh, you bitch. Those dancers are a pain in the ass. I don't know if anybody else has the same aggravation I have with those things, but they are a pain in the ass. What are you doing? That's one thing about Sora. If you're starting a combo with him, if you're doing a combo, you better be ready to finish it. 'Cause damn. I was hoping to get more of them. Next level's 12. I find the idea of sort of meeting the puncher extremely funny. I do too. If they're going to do more live action for Kingdom Hearts 4, then it's insanely possible they could do Marvel and they could do Star Wars. And if they're, especially Star Wars, if there is a brand that needs a kick in the pants from something like Kingdom Hearts, I could totally see them doing a Star Wars world. I know that people are probably like, yeah, that would be stupid, and you're right, it would be. But that just sounds like something. I mean, Star Wars needs a kick in the pants. From what I've heard, Mandalorian and Grogu is very mediocre, so it's not going to be what Disney wanted it to be to get Star Wars back. I would be totally down for a lightsaber Keyblade. That would be the kind of Keyblade I would use for the whole game, just so I can say I would do. Yes, I would be down for a lightsaber Keyblade. Yeah, Sora's definitely got that. Yes. Yes, absolutely. What if Sora had a affinity meter that was like good and evil, like in Mass Effect, and your lightsaber blade would change depending on if you were aligned as dark side or light side. Well, look, Star Wars needs it, because Star Wars right now, Star Wars is it's a dead brand. It's a limping brand. They need a shot in the arm for it. And I'm not saying that Kingdom Hearts is going to save it. I don't believe that at all. But I do think it needs exposure. It needs positive exposure, and Kingdom Hearts gets a lot of positive exposure from people because it's got a lot of really passionate, die-hard fans for it. And they could get away with doing Star Wars in it because technically they don't have. I would have to see how the contract works, but I do know that when George Lucas signed Mark Fisher and Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford to their initial Star Wars contracts, they signed over the rights to their likenesses to him. So he was able to create toys and t-shirts and all this stuff with their faces on it, and that contract still works. So they can go through and still put in, do the original trilogy, which is what they should be doing anyway, and and try to get some damn word of mouth out there about it. Oh, I hope we don't get that. Natty, don't say that. I think they would. Well, they'll do whatever is going to make it to benefit the game the most and it's most cost effective, I would say. Plus, we're talking about Japan, guys. Japan has, the Japanese have their desires as well. Yeah, they're going to make it for a worldwide audience, but there's a reason why Japanese anime and manga are huge right now, and it's because people like the storytelling and the choices made by the creators there. All about Kylo turning to Charlie Murphy. Would Star Wars sell Kingdom Hearts harder? No. Kingdom Hearts is enough its own brand that it'll sell no matter what is in it. So, in my opinion, Star Wars needs Kingdom Hearts more than Kingdom Hearts needs Star Wars. There are still some classic animated Disney properties out there that Kingdom Hearts has not touched. The Jungle Book, they've not done that. They've not touched Robin Hood. They've not really touched Sword in the Stone. They have, but they hadn't. Merlin's been in these games, but they haven't really gone into Sword in the Stone. There are movies and properties out there. Plus, Disney has a whole lot of, a whole ton of television properties that are animated that nobody watched. Or that haven't been in the games, like DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, Bonkers. Hell, the Gummy Bears, technically. They could do a Gummy Bears thing. Gargoyles. There's a lot of stuff they could still do. Lucas, yeah, he's not going to save Lucasfilm. I told you guys, the only way you're going to save Lucasfilm as a whole is to flush the toilet. You got to flush the toilet and get rid of everybody in there and get people in there who actually give a rat's ass about the brand. And do what they can to appeal to a wide audience. Because right now, this is the whole funny thing. Mandalorian Grogu is the first Star Wars film since Last Jedi. And the reviews have been middling for it. And so they ran off their audience. They ran off their dedicated audience to bring in this new audience that they swore up and down was going to be the bee's knees, that this is going to be the future. And now they bring out the first movie with this new audience, and the new audience hates it. Goof Troop. You want Max from Goof Troop? Yeah, Goof Troop would be a good one too. Although, I mean, I read Chip and Dale and Goofy is right there, so I don't know if they would do that. I have no interest in seeing Mandalorian and Grogu. None. Which is me as a 50-year-old fan. I was born in the 70s. I am legally obligated to put on my taxes that I'm a Star Wars fan. That's otherwise I have to pay a huge tax. I'm kidding, but that's how ingrained Star Wars is for us 70s brats. And for me to not have any interest in this movie at all is crazy. But I don't. I have no interest in it. That's not a bad idea. Teen Max, he's gonna become a Heartless because he can't relate to his dad.
Let's go. This is it. It's over.
Good Lord, Sora, leave some for the children. Whatever. Darkwing Duck would be a great world. Duckburg. Oh, Duckburg. No, Saint Bernard. Saint Bernard. That's where Darkwing Duck is. Duckburg is where DuckTales is. You have the Beagle Boys coming in there. That would be coming in hot. That'd be good. More, we'll get another level up. I'm telling you, oh god, now there we go. Grizzle just put DuckTales theme in my head again. I won't get that out. Thanks, Grizzle. I'm gonna have to take a bullet to get that out of my head now. The DuckTales theme, one of the most addictive earworms ever. Once you hear it, good luck getting it out of your head. There's stuff they can go back and do. There really is. I mean, hell, here's one I just thought of. Just thought of this. The Muppets. George of the Jungle is not Disney, is it? Did they acquire the rights to George of the Jungle? I thought that was a Canadian property. Besides, they did George of the Jungle. It's called Tarzan. George of the Jungle, strong as he can be. Watch out for that tree. They could do the Muppets. They totally could do the Muppets.
Hey there! Hey, Sora, come on here. Show me your Keyblade. I got a problem with a pig if you want to take care of it for me. Unlock her heart.
Natty, I am down for that. Get me. I need Tim Curry in Kingdom Hearts. Yes, I do. Abso-effing-lutely. I need Tim Curry in Kingdom Hearts right now. Someone make that happen. Get on the phone. I want it. I need it. I need Tim Curry in Kingdom Hearts. He probably would. He's not doing anything right now. That's kind of sad for me to say it that way, and I mean that with all due respect. I realize he had a stroke and he can't do a lot of acting anymore. But he could do some voice work. Do it.
Ah, come on, Tim. We need you to come in and do some lines. You can be the Captain Pirate. I'm John Silver. We need that.
I am down for that. I am totally down for that. Yeah, Vern says you get much older Star Wars fans playing the Kingdom Hearts 1 Star Wars as well. Well, you know, I'm 50 years old, so I am an old school original Star Wars fan. I grew up with Star Wars. I had all the original action figures. I remember my parents recording Star Wars off of KDKA television in Pittsburgh. I can still see when Obi-Wan is turning off the tractor beam, the time and temperature for KDKA television in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. I watched that so many times. So I would be that audience for certain. And that's the audience that needs to come back to Star Wars in order for it to become successful again. Because they have run off a lot of us. That's even better, Natty. If he can talk normally again, seriously, Tim Curry, if you're listening, dude, if you're able to continue doing what you do, because you're one of those dudes that just kicks all sorts of ass. I have never seen you. I've seen you in bad movies, but they were never bad because of you. You were always awesome. Get your ass in a voice booth and start recording lines. That's what you need to do, because you have a kick-ass voice, you have a kick-ass cadence, and the world needs more of that, quite frankly, right now. Get your ass in a voice booth and start voicing stuff. Tim Curry is amazing. If anyone has not watched the movie Clue from the 80s, do yourself a favor. Go on to Amazon Prime, go on to Netflix, wherever the hell it's streaming right now. Spend the next 2 hours watching Clue. It is Tim Curry stealing an entire film from some of the most talented comedic actors of their time, in their prime, and just running roughshod over all of them. Just steals the whole damn movie from every one of them. It is a joy to watch. Not touching Tarzan ever again. Yeah, they could do Tarzan again. Was Tim Curry and Annie? I don't remember that. He probably was, though. I haven't seen Little Orphan Annie in, golly. We're talking about the one that was bound in the 80s, right? Yeah, I haven't seen that in so long. He probably was in that. To be completely honest, and the only person I remember by name that was in that movie is Carol Burnett. Because Carol Burnett is effing awesome as well. If there was a role tailor-made for Carol Burnett, it was that role. He played one of the villains. Well, of course he did. It's Tim Curry. Yeah, the clue they tried, it was a weird experiment they tried, is there were 3 endings that they recorded, and in the theaters, depending on the theater you went to, would depend on the ending that you saw. So you would go to one theater and see the ending where Miss Scarlet did it, and then you'd go to a theater maybe across town, and they would have an ending where it was Mrs. Peacock who did it. And then the real ending was the Tim Curry ending, where he was the one who did it. But according to Tim Curry, from what I read, is that there was actually a 4th ending where Tim Curry was supposed to kill everybody and then leave, but they never recorded that ending. It was an interesting marketing idea that didn't work. I'd like to, Burnish. Right now, I'm waiting for my copy of Lego Batman to come in, so I definitely want to play that next. But once I'm done with that, I wouldn't mind doing more Kingdom Hearts for certain, especially Kingdom Hearts. You know, Birth by Sleep, pretty good, absolutely. Maybe Dream Drop Distance. Kingdom Hearts 3. I can get the Ultimate Weapon. Oh crap! I am wasting drive here. My fault. My fault. Let's go. It was a great idea, Natty. I think it was a fantastic idea. It just didn't work the way that they wanted it to. Because you would honestly, movies back then, it was all word of mouth. Things spread from word of mouth. So if you were talking, let's just say you worked a couple towns over, and you go in and you tell people, oh, I saw Clue this weekend. It was so good. You know, here was the ending. You know, Miss Scarlet did it, and then the other guy at the water cooler goes, "No, Miss Scarlet didn't. I saw it, and it was Mrs. Peacock." And then somebody else comes in from another town over, and he goes, "What are y'all talking about?" Well, it was Tim Curry. He's the guy who did it. It created a lot of confusion they didn't need at that time. It would work great now. Right now, it would work great because of the internet and all that, the marketing they could do. They could put it out there and say, which ending are you going to see? You know, there's different endings. But in the 1980s, they didn't have that capability to really have that. It was really a movie ahead of its time. It would do so well now if they did it. Oh, you dancing bitch. 2 dancing bitches. They could really make money off of that now with the saying that there would be different endings depending on where you went. There's Glide level 1, finally. Need more gliding though. They could do so well with that. Status-wise, okay, so 44 for the next one. Sora does now have the new glide ability. So here's glide. It's not great yet. I thought I equipped it. So those puzzle pieces and such we've been missing, we'll be able to get those as we level that up. That would be a cool idea too, Natty, where they could do different endings for a movie to lead into the sequel. That would be kind of cool. I could see them doing that. I agree with you. That would work out really well. You see an ending and I see an ending and we go, hey, wait a minute. Did you notice, you know, the red text here? Or did you notice this or that? And you say, you know what? I didn't see that, but here's what I saw. You know, they could do something with that. Yeah, secret bonus video where it takes to a website. There's a lot they could do with that. You're right. If you're trying to make it the movie more of an experience, more than just a movie, yeah. That's a cool idea. Absolutely. Yeah, they did that with The Dark Knight. They when they went, it was at Comic-Con, they had this thing with Dark Knight. No one had seen what the Joker was going to look like in The Dark Knight, so they left Joker cards all over the place. I think it was Joker cards, and every card led you to pick up a number somewhere in San Diego, and those cards would lead you to would be a pixel on a 29 is better than something, right? Break. It's not break time. Oh, it's your break time. Keegan-Michael Key. But they had all that and every pixel was on a picture on a website, and more people revealed the first picture of Heath Ledger's Joker. I remember that because everyone was going to that website and loading it up like crazy. This was back in before 2000, early the 20-aughts, late 20-aughts, and it was like one of the first viral things like that we had ever seen. It was really, really cool. I thought they said there was a new Mario movie coming out and before that. Well, we got to remember the Zelda movie too, which I still think is a mistake. They're not going animated with the Zelda movie. I would have gone animated, especially if they're supposedly building up to a Smash Brothers movie, which I'm still not 100% sure about. I know it's insanely popular, Smash Brothers is. I've never been a big fan of Smash Brothers, but I know how popular it is. The problem with Smash Brothers is that if it's all going to have to be Nintendo properties, and even then, some of those properties are going to have to be. I mean, who owns the rights, the movie rights right now to Pokemon? You know, how is Pikachu going to be in there? You know, something like that. We'd have to see. I don't know what they're going to do, but I definitely would have gone more animated with the Zelda film. But they did a smart thing. They cast unknown actors for the Zelda and Link. I thought that was really smart. So, because if they build if the first movie's good and it builds a franchise, I'm guessing if they sign, I don't know what they signed them to, but usually these days when they sign an actor to a franchise like that, they will sign them for a multi-picture deal. So if they can get 3 movies or so out of these actors, if they're good, that's a good thing. The real trick is going to come to who do they cast as Ganon. They're going to need, I would probably say they're going to need a accomplished actor to do it. someone who plays a villain very well. Well, you know, the funny thing is, Burnish, I was at Universal Studios last week. A couple days ago, actually. Back on, it was Monday. Earlier this week, I should say. Monday, I was at Universal Studios. And they had a ton of merchandise there. They had a ton of Mario. They had a ton of Donkey Kong. They had some Zelda. You know what they didn't have? And I noticed it right away. There was not one Pokemon. Not one T-shirt. Not one Pokeball. Not even, no cards. No nothing. Universal had no Pokemon. And that makes me think Nintendo is hanging on to Pokemon themselves for something else. Maybe they'll try to sell it to Disney for Disney World. I don't know, but Pokemon is a brand that is nearly as big as Mario, if not bigger. So interesting to see what they're going to do. You're right, it wasn't on the Super Nintendo. Jason Momoa as Dragmire. You know who would be good? I mean, I'm just thinking here, who could ham it up as a villain? You need someone who plays a villain very well. Jeremy Irons would be a great Ganon if they did it right. But they might have to go younger than that, because Jeremy Irons is not a young man. Yeah, Game Freak does have some rights, that's true. But you know, Nintendo, the fact there's no Pokemon stuff there, and the only Zelda stuff is some T-shirts and stuff there, but there's still Zelda stuff, tells me Nintendo and Game Freak are holding on to Pokemon for a completely separate thing. Universal still might get it. Okay, it might not surprise me if they got it, but I wouldn't be shocked if they're going to get it if they did something completely of an offshoot away from Super Nintendo World, like they would go back and just make a Pokemon Land. And with the interaction that you can do with the Mario stuff, I could totally see them doing that with Pokemon as well, catching Pokemon with a wristband or something. Or letting kids throw Pokeballs. That would be really cool. Well, that's the Ganon has two forms, Alucard. That's the thing. You could go and you can't just cast some big son of a bitch and expect that to get over. It needs someone with some charisma. It needs someone who can enunciate and be really villainous. You can't just go get the guy who played the Mountain from Game of Thrones and just go, there he is. You know, that wouldn't work. Or you couldn't just dig up Richard Kiel and have him do it. For his normal form. Okay. Well, who do you think? I mean, this is fantasy casting, right? Who should play Ganon in the Zelda movie? I would almost think you'd have to go with someone who's not an unknown. Because they do need some star power in there. Right, Burnish, but they could. I'm still saying they could do that here with an amusement park. They totally could. But if they have a Pokemon amusement park already in Japan and it's not here, maybe it's an exclusive deal that they won't be able to do anything with. That's entirely possible. And makes a lot more sense when you think about it. Why doesn't Universal sell Pokemon stuff? Because they can't. It's owned by that amusement park in Japan. Good lord, Sora. Yeah, you wouldn't have to go muscular. You wouldn't have to do that. It's to me. I would have Ganon almost being more normal looking. myself. And then you have the CG form where he gets to be the big frickin' thing. You stupid pig. Wasn't Warner Detective Pikachu? WB? Was it Warner? Ron Perlman has the jawline for it. Absolutely, he does. You know what? Ron Perlman would do really well. I'm with you there, Alucard. I could see Ron Perlman doing it. He's a little too old. But that would be a good Ganon, human Ganon. Although, here we are again. There's going to be people who are going to be very obstinate about this. Ganon is technically kind of coded to be Middle Eastern, so there would probably be people that would be very well, if there's one thing we know about Nintendo is they've shown that they're not willing to bend the knee to a mob. But there would be people out there that would be very forward about having having Ganon be Middle Eastern. I do know that. I thought it was Warner Brothers. Which is going to be Paramount, who just also happens to have the rights to Sonic the Hedgehog. So, keep that in mind for your Smash Brothers movie as well. You're hoping for that fantasy booking of seeing Mario and Sonic on the screen at the same time in a movie. Not gonna happen, more than likely. Although Paramount did show with Sonic that if the fans want something enough, they will bend the knee to it. Thank God they did, because that original Sonic the Hedgehog trailer was, Jesus, that was one of the ugliest things I'd ever seen. Desi has no idea who Sonic was. She had no idea who Sonic was, and we watched the movie, and I said, "Yeah, this is what happened." I told her about the fans revolting against the character design. I showed her the original character design for Sonic in the trailer, and she went, "Oh my God, that's horrible." How did they think that was gonna work? The hedgehog with human eyes. Yeah, I guarantee you there's going to be some folks out there who are going to demand Ganon having to be, look Middle Eastern. So even though Momoa is Momoa's too likable, I'm sorry. Kirby looks horrible. She's looked horrible for a while. Back in the 90s, she was considered one of the hottest things on two legs, and she has not looked good in a long time. You're right, Burnus, but here's the thing. He doesn't need to be Middle Eastern. That's the whole thing. He doesn't have to be. It's a fantasy movie. And technically, Ganondorf has green skin.
So technically, Kermit the Frog should play Ganondorf. I need to get in there. I'll be in there, and then we'll get Fozzie and Piggy to be my and Gonzo. We'll get Gonzo in there, and we'll all do it.
Here's the question, Alucard. Did she look horrible because of Ozempic? Because that's something we've seen a lot of these days, is a lot of Hollywood starlets that were the bee's knees about 30 years ago, all getting on Ozempic, and they look like scarecrows now, or extras from Nightmare Before Christmas. They don't look normal. They look horrible. Like we saw with Olivia Wilde. Olivia Wilde looks terrible now. And 25 years ago, Olivia Wilde was like one of the hottest things on two legs, and now she's as long if she's healthy, but she doesn't look healthy. That's the thing. She's still got those eyes, but that's all she's got. Substance abuse. Yeah, that'll do it too. Ozempic or substance abuse. You know what? Let's do Kermit the Frog as Ganondorf, and then when he transforms into the big blue pig, it's Miss Piggy. How about that? That's our Legend of Zelda casting for Ganon.
It's a big blue pig! Hiya!
Grizzle, I am all for people who better themselves, trying to make themselves better from by losing weight and taking care of themselves as far as if they need help, they need help with it. I'm all for that. But geez and Pete, some folks have taken it so far where it's just wow, terrible. And they look unhealthier than they would have if they were fat. That's the thing. It's just goodness gracious. Miss Piggy is Kermit the Frog is Ganondorf. Miss Piggy is Ganon. I love it. Some of us have more fat on our bodies than others. I've got a six-pack right here. It's just insulated by a keg. I have a keg first, and the six-pack I keep behind it to keep it cool. So, I could stand to lose some weight, but I don't want to get on that Ozempic stuff and make myself sick, because I know there are side effects like crazy for that thing, for that shot, and I don't. Everything I've heard about it is it can affect you in a way that is not healthy. It's less healthy for you than it would be if you just were sucking down quarter pounders every day. There's a couple of chicks that need a sandwich. Demi Moore. I saw Demi Moore the other day. They were like, "Oh, she stuns with her biceps." I'm going, her biceps are non-existent. She looks like Jack Skellington. Kermit the Frog. Sometimes I make myself laugh, guys. I'm sorry. That would be so funny. Muppet Legend of Zelda. Brock, show me Kermit the Frog as Ganondorf and Miss Piggy as Ganon. I'm going to hell. You guys know that, right? It does save lives, and it's supposed to be for diabetics. That's what it's supposed to be for. But people that are using, there's a lot of people using it now that aren't diabetic. They're using it just to lose weight. And that's a reason why insurance rates are going through the frickin' roof right now, is because I know this because I was an HR professional for a while. People are getting on that shit when they don't need it. It's like, instead of you getting on Ozempic, how about just get a gym membership? How about just have less quarter pounders? That's what they should be doing, but it's not what they're doing. It does save lives. It's meant to save lives for people to help people that are diabetic. That's what it's meant for. It's not meant for Demi Moore to look like Jack Skellington on the red carpet of a film festival. And I'm all for people losing weight and getting in shape. I needed to lose some weight. But I'm not going to use Ozempic to do it. I say as I take another sip on my Coca-Cola. And I know people that were on it as well, and it did. They had the people I know, the person I know that was on it, had problems with their digestive tract. Yeah, it stemmed their appetite, but they also got really constipated from it, and it was really impacting their sleep patterns and all that. It was not good. It wasn't for that. And they lowered the dosage. They thought if they lowered the dosage, it would help, and it didn't. It's just not good for that. Yeah, that's you're right, Grizzle. That's exactly correct. And that's why whenever there's my doctor would offer me a medication for something, like I'm on I have high cholesterol, so I have a pill I take every night for my cholesterol. My first question to her when she would put it on me was, what are the side effects? That's what I want to know. What's the rub? It's not just you take a pill and all of a sudden everything magically gets better. There's always some sort of side effect, and I don't think there is one for that one. The one I'm on is very low dosage, so it's not that bad. But some side effects may include diarrhea, nausea, cause you to watch a Disney sequel trilogy of Star Wars. That's yes. Yeah. I'll tell Desi. Hey, if I ever get if I ever say let's watch the sequel trilogy this weekend, that means I'm on my medications need to be changed. Especially that last movie. Oh my god. Especially Rise of Skywalker. My god, that movie was dog shit. You make The Last Jedi, you make mad all your fans, or your dedicated fans, but you're bringing in these other fans, supposedly. Then you go, well, let's correct the ship. We'll try to make everybody happy. And when you try to make everybody happy, you make nobody happy. That's all there is to it. That old Thanos meme. Did you do it? Yes. What did it cost? Everything. The funny thing, though, is when you think about the Ozempic thing with these Hollywood stars, and this is something that is not exclusive to the starlets like Demi Moore or Olivia Wilde or any of them. This is not something that is just for them. But they get these doctors that are just basically yes men who will write prescriptions for whatever they want. And if they don't get it, they'll go find another doctor. I remember when Michael Jackson died, there was a big to-do about the medications that he was on, because he OD'd on his medications. And I believe his doctor got... it's not disbarred, but I think they threw his doctor out of practice because of that. And I remember seeing that going, well, that's stupid because it's Michael Jackson. He had all that money. GP1 for managing my neurological disease, not unrelated diabetes. If you wait on me, it's a chronic condition. Well, if it's as long as it's you and your doctor have discussed it and it's something that you need, yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm all for it if it's something that you need to do. I'm not saying it's forever, but I'm just saying that there are people out there who are taking it, and I know the people that I know who are taking Ozempic took it because they told me they were trying to lose weight. It wasn't that they needed to control anything. It was just, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to take... I've talked with my doctor, and they're giving me this so I can lose weight. And there's a lot of people doing that. I'm not saying everybody is doing that. I'm saying there are a lot, though, who are. And that's the wrong reason to do it. And my friend that took it, like I said, they had some... a lot of bad side effects from it because they didn't need it. Yes, it is better to lose the weight naturally. Absolutely it is. Better for the body. No side effects. Agreed 1000%. I cannot agree more. You know, I'm 6'1" and I weigh about 208 pounds. I could probably stand to lose 20 pounds. I could stand to lose 20 pounds. I totally could. And I did lose 20 pounds last year. I was about 188 pounds for a little bit. But that was all stress and anxiety related. So that wasn't natural. That was me not eating. But I feel healthier now that I've put the weight back on because I am eating regularly and all that. But overall, I just look at it from the sense of it's just what it's meant for and what people are taking it for through different things. And if people need it for different reasons, they need it for for different the medical reasons. They need it for different reasons. I want to lose some weight is not a reason to take it because the side effects can be severe. Thank you, Donald. How are we doing now? They really want to continue moving on. Only 17 to get 4. Rapid changes to the body are not good. Absolutely not good. And that was what was happening with me. I've been very clear about. I've told you guys before. Grizzled and Alucard know. Last year, I thought I might have colon cancer. I actually took a Cologuard test that came back positive, and I freaked the F out. And I mean, like, insanely freaked the F out. because all you see is on television how reliable those tests are. The old poop in a box, and you know, it's a reliable test. You don't have to have a colonoscopy and all that. I was so beside myself that for the months of November and December and half of January, my eating habits were few and far between. I needed to drink bourbon every night to sleep, which was also not good for me. And the anxiety and depression of the whole thing, I was so afraid of what was going on. And I lost weight very rapidly. I lost a whole lot of weight quickly, and it was not good for me. I was very unhealthy. So when I went and had the colonoscopy done, and colonoscopies 1 out of 10 we would not recommend, and it came back negative, I was beside myself with happiness again. I was like, I cannot put myself through that again, because it was bad. I was still streaming every day. You guys know that I was here every day, and I was still talking, and we were having fun and doing, you know, putting on the happy face and all that. But on the inside, I was really struggling, and I cannot do that to myself again. I can't. Hopefully I won't. But anxiety is anxiety's a hell of a drug. But that was a rapid change in my body that was not good for me. As opposed to if I was doing, you know, exercising, if I'd go to the gym, you know, a couple times a week, and you know, eat a little better, have, you know, things like that. That would have been a better way for me to lose weight. Not, I'm gonna eat a sandwich for lunch today, and I'm not gonna eat anything for the next 3 days. That's not good for you. I'm gonna eat a sandwich the next day. Yeah, I'm gonna eat a sandwich, and then I'm going to drink bourbon every night. Don't get me wrong, I love bourbon, and I still drink bourbon. I'm gonna have bourbon tonight, but I don't drink bourbon every night now. I only have it 3 times a week max usually, and I don't drink more. I don't overly drink it like I had been. I still have trouble sleeping sometimes, but because you know, anxiety doesn't just get, it doesn't leave. You still have it, especially when you're doing what I'm doing, you know, now, trying to make something out of being a streamer. But the point is, guys, what I'm trying to say is I'm much healthier now. And when you get to 40, 45 years old, whatever your doctor tells you, yes, you need to go through and get yourself those tests for your colon. You definitely don't want to screw around with the possibility of having colon cancer. So your doctor tells you it's time. If they let you poop in a box, then poop in a box. But if it comes back positive, don't believe everything you read. It could very well just be polyps. Get the test done. Go in. They put you under for about 20 minutes. They take care of what needs to be taken care of, and then you're done for the next, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of doing it. Is SpongeBob a video game? There are SpongeBob video games, yes. Not originally. SpongeBob is a cartoon television show on Nickelodeon is where it started, but there are video games based off of SpongeBob. I used to sell them. Oh, yeah, this is not SpongeBob. This is Kingdom Hearts, yeah. Completely different properties. This is Disney stuff, not Nickelodeon. I misread that, sorry. This is Sparta, actually. Here we go. Got you down. Da -da. Oh, no. I wonder where you get SpongeBob from. I don't see no pineapples under the sea. That's right, this is Sparta! We're trying to level up our final form, guys, so we can get our glide up to the point where we're going to... Oh, I should look at something else since it's on my mind. Y'all see that, right? We got to level those up, too. That's fine. We have plenty of time. We're going to have fun leveling up our forms so we can do things. But I want to get, I really want to fight Sephiroth. We need to beat Sephiroth. And I need as much maneuverability as possible. Let's go, we're up in here, da da dee 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 doo.
Yeah, yeah. This is it. Ha. This is it. Ha. Back off.
Alright, let's get closer. There's one more level up for our some of our drive forms now. Valor in particular is going to get us the high jump, I think. So we are going to have to mess around with that. But the glide is what we're working on right now. I want to get glide, glide, glide. Bitch. Alright, Sora, jeez, enough of that shit. Besides, doing this is giving us stuff to do until Lego Batman comes out. So I'll get my copy of Lego Batman. Ah, don't throw me! You bitch! Where's the other one? Okay, let's say.
Yeah. It's over. Yeah.
And that should have brought us down to 8. Cool. We'll get it next on the next run. But level 7 is the highest level for the forms, so all about that.
Take this. Yeah. Yeah. This is it.
The idea is to beat Sephiroth. Let's just take a look where my Lego Batman is. Still says delayed in transit in Rockford. Doesn't say anything about where it is, so I don't know if I'm going to get it today or not. Hope I get it this weekend. And I'll tell everyone who doesn't know or hasn't ever done it, Lego games are insanely fun for everybody. That's the thing they do very, very well is, yes, they are really at their core made for kids. They are very family-friendly games, but they have been around for over 20 years, and they have just been, let's have some fun. It's just non-stress, non-worried about, you know, get good, none of that stuff. It's just, let's have some fun. Let's have a comedic take on the property they're making the game off of, whether it be Batman or Harry Potter or Star Wars or Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of the Rings. They've done all those kind of games like that, and they are just, let's have fun. And I really like that, to have a non-stressful, fun experience. To me, that's what games are supposed to be anyway, is fun. And a great way for you to spend your time to relax and unwind. Not that I don't think people should be able to be competitive at the games that they play. If you want to be a competitive gamer, that is completely your call, and there are games out there that will satisfy that and give you that spoonful of porridge you're looking for. That is not my kind of existence. I prefer co-op games. The most competitive game I play is probably Borderlands 4. On stream, I should say. Which will probably be. I have to. I have all these questions about the Lego Batman thing. I really want to go in and see about the licensed music, because I have to silence. I hope there's a streamer mode for it. Abilities. Final. Pardon me. But I want. They're just a lot of fun. The most fun I remember having. I mean, I did stream Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga a couple years ago. I really enjoyed that quite a bit, actually. But the Lego Harry Potter games were really, really good, too. I had a lot of fun with those. So, yeah, they're made for kids, but in reality, they're made for everybody. They're made for fans of things, and, you know, Batman is a great property. Still think it's a missed opportunity they didn't get Will Arnett to do the voice. If it were me, I would have been right there with Will Arnett. Hey, we're doing a Lego Batman game. We totally need you. I'm sure the guy who does Lego Batman's voice in the game is perfectly capable of doing it and is good at doing it. I no issues with that whatsoever. I'm just saying, you're doing Lego Batman, why not get the voice of Lego Batman? And Will Arnett has shown he will do video games. I know he did one. He probably has done more than one, but I know he did one. So he will do video game voices. Hell, he's the only reason I really liked not really liked, but he's the only thing I liked in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, because he was freaking hilarious. He was the Dragon Lord. I remember in the second level of the game or third level of the game, you go up to this catapult, and he comes over your thing and goes, "You know how many goblin hours it takes to make one of those things? I'm creating jobs here." I love it. Great line, great delivery. Will Arnett's hilarious. Dang, 11:30 already. Don't know what Deji's gonna want for lunch. But we will see. She's working from home today. She needs. I forbade her from going anywhere today because of what happened to her with American Airlines. By the way, don't fly American Airlines. They're terrible. Come on, baby. Sora's hit points are really high. This is good. Of course, we're in the 80s, so we're high. We're pretty high in level. Oh wow, that was wow. Okay, but yeah, it was crazy how quick that was. Oh, look at that. I see that. Let's see if we can grab that from up here. Our glide might not be good enough yet. It's not. We'll have to wait and get it. Da, 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 doo, doo, doo. Up here we go, da 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 da. I didn't expect to go through these guys as quickly as we did. So I was like, wow, we didn't even get to level 5. We'd have to be at level 5 to get our thing there. Ooh. All right. Point taken. Little man. Warm boost goes up. An asshole. We got it down. Got it down. We did. Yes. Yes. Empty memories on the corner of my eye. But is this necessary if you want to beat Sephiroth? Yeah. I mean, you need as much maneuverability as humanly possible. Sephiroth, again, is, while he's easier in this game than he was in Kingdom Hearts 1, he is in Kingdom Hearts 1, he is defeatable. You can defeat him. And if I can do it, you can do it. It's just that simple. I kind of wish, like, something I wish they would let me do is to remove Donald and Goofy from the lineup at this point and just put them on the bench, because, yeah, they're good. You know, I want them in later parts of the game, absolutely. But I don't really want them here. Because I'm trying to build up the drive meter, and if the kills that they take are slowing down the drive meter being built up. So in about 20 minutes will be lunchtime. I will away for about an hour, and then I'll come back and we'll continue playing this. Unless by some miracle it goes out for delivery and I get it, my Lego Batman, and I get it while I'm at lunch, which I won't. So I'm doing this. Continue moving through the game. We can beat the game now, quite honestly. Just go through the couple more boss fights we got to do, and then get to the end. More? Only here to build up the drive meter, that's the thing. This is Sparta. Up here we go. Alright, let's get our level 4 to level 5. Alright. We should look at the Mughals as well. I'm not sure if we have all the stuff needed for Donald and Goofy's ultimate weapons, but if we do, I'll make them. There's a Moogle up here. I think we'll just check to see if we have what we need for it. These nobodies we fight in this castle are they drop the stones, the dense stones and gems and stuff like that that are needed like that for the best stuff. Except the ultimate weapon, because the ultimate weapon you need a lot. A whole effing lot. There's a Moogle up here. Let's see. How are you going to do this? Synthesize. Magic boost. I can get that. What is Donald missing? Oh, it's the ultimate. I can get them both. Okay. Save the king. Alright, so now we have new stuff we can go here. So, Donald can equip the Save the Queen, which is his best weapon. Goofy has the Nobody Guard. The Save the King is his best weapon. Another... Oops.
Yeah. Yeah. This is it.
Level up for Sora. Still not done. Gotta get up to level 5. Wow, still not there. We'll get it on the way up. So the ultimate weapon, the trick to the ultimate weapon is getting those Orihaucom pluses and getting those. While a couple of them are pretty simple to get, most of them are not, and they are not fun, really, at all. So it's you have to go through a lot of stuff. You still have to do it like in Kingdom Hearts 3. There's still stuff to do. You have to jump through a lot of hoops to get the ultimate weapon in that, and it is a pain, but it's nowhere nearly as big of a pain as it is in this game. Just absolutely insane what they have to have you do in this game to get the ultimate weapon. Or in Kingdom Hearts 1, quite honestly, the ultimate weapon is not easy to procure. We did get a form level here, so stupid dancers. So we should have another. We have another bar to level up. Oh, there's a chest up there I didn't get. Status, we'll see that it is 65 away now. Unfortunately, there's not really a good place to find nobodies except for this area. Heartless you can find all over the place. That's not that hard to kill Heartless, but to actually make sure you're killing nobodies like you need for the final form, that is, you're very limited at what you can do with that. But getting Donald and Goofy's ultimate weapons, pretty cool. Now that I'm thinking about it, there is another thing we can do for Drive Gauge. Since we are building up Drive. And it's this. Let's see. Ability. Really? Huh. I don't worry about it for now.
It's over. It's over. Back off. It's over. It's over.
Da 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 do 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 do.
Take this. This is it. It's over. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. This is it.
That level 7 of the Valor form will give us, I believe, the level 3 high jump, which will be the best jump.
Take this.
They hide that stuff so you can't get what everything you want to get until you're at the end game. How Metroidvania of Castlevania, or Castlevania, of Metroidvania of them to do that in Kingdom Hearts.
Take this. This is it. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. Yeah. Back off. Take this. It's over.
Sora's gonna be, he's already really strong, so. Trying to get him mobile enough so we can get puzzle pieces and we can beat Sephiroth off.
This is it. Yeah. This is it. Take this. Back off. Yeah. Yeah. It's over. Yeah. Yeah. Take this.
Damn. Alright, jeez.
Back off.
You guys are dicks. Ah, you guys are dicks.
This is it.
That's how strong we've gotten. Sora's taking these guys out almost in one hit.
Yeah. Yeah. This is it. This is it. It's over. Take this.
Another nobody, Lance.
Take this. It's over. Yeah. Yeah. Take this.
Ba-da-da, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Sora, you're just gonna. There we are. Hey there, Sydney. Welcome in. Shouldn't be hard to change your avatar on Rumble. I've done it. Twice now. Actually, yeah, twice. Because I had the original, I put the original one up and then I changed it to another logo, and now I'm using the one I actually made. There we go. And I got you, final form. Ah, you dancing piece of shit. Sora's gonna get leveled way up here. On this trip, but we are doing pretty well with him. Alright, that was good. And we still have the form up, so we should be able to take some of these guys down. Or all of them. Sweet. Oh, all of them but one. Right? Oh, we got them all. So that takes him down to needing 50. What do you think about the Pentagon releasing the UFO files? Are they redacted? I haven't even seen them yet. My opinion is to never trust the government. I do not believe the federal government. I just do not. No matter who's in charge. I didn't believe it in the last guy, I don't believe it in this guy. This is how I work. Question everything. What did the files say? I know they said they were going to release them slowly. I know they were going to release the Kennedy files, and the CIA's pissed off about that. Which tells me all I need to know about those files. It always was rumored that the CIA played a hand in the assassination of President Kennedy, and if they're pissed off about it, well, I just build it up the old-fashioned way, and it doesn't hurt to do it this way because we're also gaining levels up. Releasing more. Well, the thing with COVID was, God, here we are. YouTube doesn't like it when you talk about COVID. We completely overreacted to COVID. Okay. Yes, there were vulnerable people out there that, you know, people died because of it. It's a terrible thing. I've had COVID. I know. I can tell you firsthand how bad it is. But we still overreacted to it. And that's why this new virus that's out there right now that people are talking about, no one, you know, very few people here in the United States care. It's just like, look, we just did this pandemic bullshit and it didn't do any good, so. It's 4 types of different species, really. Is it the Klingons, the Romulans, the Vulcans? Is that the names of the races?
It's over. This is it. This is it. Back off.
Yeah, none of the precautions help. Yeah, I believe it. I do believe it. I just try not to. Our government is full of shit most of the time. So, but I believe we're being visited. I believe there's aliens out there. Absolutely, I do. I'm not stupid enough to sit here and believe that the miracle that happened on this planet to create life only ever happened on this planet. Destroying the blue skin race. The government was behind COVID. We know that. That was created in a lab in China, and apparently we were helping fund it. Level up our Sora. Holy crap, I just realized it's lunchtime. Nordics and Mantis? Wait, Mantis? Like, from Guardians of the Galaxy? I'm very excited for the new Batman game, Grizzled. I really want it. I'm like seething that Amazon hasn't gotten it to me yet. Where's my Batman game, Amazon? Except in Rockford. Oh, now it says it's arriving today. Wait. Oh, no it does. Oh, it says now arriving today, but it's still showing that it's in Rockford. So if it's in Rockford, it's not arriving today. I believe it does have that, Grizzled. We'll find out for ourselves. We'll find out for ourselves here when I get to play it. Alright, let's take a look at the rumbles here before I go to lunch, because Desi's here and I did make sure we get lunch. Well. Oh, Yarny Poo is here, and she is currently cussing her ass off at Dead Space. So hang around on Rumble for her. I'll be back. Give me an hour, Sydney. I've been here for over 3 hours. I need to go get Desi some lunch. If you've not done so yet, guys, follow me Twitch, Twitter, Kick, Rumble. Subscription on YouTube would be great. If you're on Rumble, if you're on YouTube, smash the like button, comment, share my stuff, help a guy out here. I'm not asking you to spend any money unless you want to. If you want to, you can sub on Rumble, you can sub on Twitch, you can sub on Kick. I also have a Fourth Wall store. Anything you buy on there goes to directly help me and help the stream. So you guys hang out for Yarny on Rumble. She'll love to have you. Everybody loves Yarn Witch. She is amazing, a wonderful person. Love her and her husband to death. You guys hang out for her. And like I said, give me an hour. I'll be back here at about 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, guys. Okay, and we'll continue leveling up our forms so we can go beat Sephiroth's ass. See you guys then.